Hi everybody, thanks for coming this morning. I know you are dedicating your morning to Digicom, to learning more about technologies that are out there. So thanks to you. Thanks also to Digicom for having me. Just by way of introduction, well, that is my name, Adam Ulfers. I'm the Director of Sales for EMEA at Cisco Meraki. I consider myself one of the luckiest people in the world because I work for a product or a division of Cisco that represents a product that has the highest market share in the world in the year 2015. So currently, we're the fastest growing division, well on our way to hopefully becoming the division with the largest market share. So let me just start by saying I want to accomplish three things today. I want to introduce to you basically the network of the future. I want to also reward you for spending your time with us this morning by giving you two free things. One, I want to give you a free access point that's cloud managed that you can bring into your business, you can set up, and you can learn more about the product after I show you today via personal experience. Second to that, I'm also going to give you free mobile device management. This is a free download for everyone, so unfortunately, I can't say that this is something that only the people in this room get. However, you can go to meraki.cisco.com and download this free systems manager is what it's called at any time. Let me see here. I need to get onto the internet here. So there we are. Okay, great. Oh, the third thing is I'm not going to do PowerPoint, so hopefully that's okay with everybody. I prefer to have this be as interactive as possible. So first of all, I'm going to show you the product. What I'm going to do is log into Meraki's network in San Francisco from here in Dublin and have a look at what's going on, have the ability to make changes as necessary, take a very metric-rich platform and be able to make real-time decisions as well. So basically, what I'm going to do is log into our Cisco Meraki dashboard. And this has two-factor authentication, but I've already logged in once before. What it would do otherwise is send a text message to my phone to make sure that it was actually me logging in. Now what you'll see on this first screen is a list of customers of ours that have given us access to their networks in read-only so that we can show them to prospective customers in industry. Right? A lot of times, prospective customers want to see other companies that are, in their same industry that are using this technology. Here on the right is an image of the over 100,000 networks that are currently powered by Meraki around the world. So let me just do this real quick. I'm going to, as mentioned, show you our network at Meraki. As I go into this network overview, basically what you're going to get is a Google map of our network worldwide. So our network topology at a 10,000 foot view. Maybe it's 20,000 foot view if it's this far away. But essentially each location that we have is visible through this single pane of glass. So maybe you've heard the term unified access. Well, this is unified access cloud. And it is really a true form of unified access where you have your wireless, you have your switching, you have your security and firewall, as well as your mobile device management through this single platform on your web browser. So here's our worldwide network at Meraki, and what I want to do is I want to drill down to my corporate network because that's what I'm interested in looking at right now. So Meraki Corp is our San Francisco office, and single click of a button, I'm going to send this drilled right into that network. So here's our entire network overview, right? We're looking at our switch or our network clients, wired clients. We're also looking at my wireless clients, right? So how many of us in this in this room have a network? All of us. How many of us have wireless in our office? How many of us have switching in our office and firewalls? Well, how many of you would like to know actually what's going on your network at a touch of a button? This is how you can do that. So here we have an overview of our network in San Francisco. The network usage, I have an application visibility right here on the drop down. I can see the top applications that are going through my network, both wired and wireless. What I can do is just look at my wireless clients, for instance, right? Wireless is something that's, there's handfuls of vendors out there that are offering you solutions. Well, this particular solution basically gives you what the iPhone gave to the phone user, right? Is the ability to have something that's simple, the ability that without a very complex and expensive certification, that you have the ability to drill into your network and see what's going on and make changes as necessary. So here's our network usage over the last week, right? And here's the top applications that are currently going through that network, right? Obviously, some that probably are not business critical, others that are taking up a great deal of bandwidth. Now I can look through each and every application on our network and take that information and make real-time changes that can very much affect how efficient my network is running. So, for instance, let's have a look at. I'm going to go to the next page here. These are all of our wireless clients. Maybe I want to have a look at everyone that's using Yahoo Mail. Simple click of a button, I can drill down. I can see each individual user that's using Yahoo Mail, right? Yahoo Mail isn't necessarily causing a huge threat, but this is just to give you an example here, right? So Jacob Buseth, I know him, he's in San Francisco. He's spending a lot of time on Yahoo Mail, which isn't what we use for our corporate email. We're now on Outlook. Before we were on Gmail, and then Cisco took over and they said we can't do that anymore. So now we're on Outlook. But I've gone from a 20,000 foot view down to a client level in 3 clicks, right? So I now have this particular client's serial number, MAC address. I can see where they are on our network. I can have a look at the specific destinations that this particular user has been using. And I can actually take action if necessary. If I think that this particular user has been abusing my network, I can block him, say, please see IT, right? And the next time he tries to associate with my network, he's not going to be able to, right? So let me pop back out to that client page. Now I don't want to get too deep down into each and every feature that we offer. This is an incredibly feature-rich solution. And what you're looking at here, similar to some of the other technologies that you've heard about today, is a future-proof solution. Each of these features has been added on a monthly or quarterly basis for the last 7 years. Cisco Meraki started in 2006 as a startup company and experienced 200 to 300% growth year after year. We were acquired by Cisco last December, so we're coming up to a year as part of Cisco. And what that's done, of course, has added investment. Our research and development, our engineering teams have been growing. So more and more features are being added to this, and our product line is actually growing as well, right? So as you can see here, we have a network-wide view, we have a wireless view that I can drill into. We have our switches and our security appliances, right? Our entire branch network in a single view. Now, companies have been trying to do this for many years, and they're starting to get to this point. Well, this has been the case for Cisco Meraki for the last 5 years, is the ability to do all this, to get information, to make real-time decisions, to provide end-user experiences that are second to none, because we can take action. We can take that information that you saw on a client level or on a network level and make changes very simply. So as an example, go to our firewall and traffic shaping. So we've been noticing that there's a lot of video and music being used on our network, and our voice over IP and video conferencing clients have been having issues connecting and so on, right? To some of the earlier presentations here. Well, I can come in here and on my corporate network, in 2 clicks, make a change real quickly, right? I can create a rule. I can say that for video and music, all video and music applications, I want to limit those to 250 KB per second. Having done that, in about 1 minute's time, there's a very light management data stream between our data centers and the Meraki appliances that's communicated. that will actually be sent to your entire network of access points, and that chain will be active. So anyone trying to use video and music on your network will still be able to do so, but that bandwidth is throttled, right? We have limited bandwidth, within our offices, but we have unlimited devices that are coming into our office consuming bandwidth. Well, here's the way that we can control that on an application level, and we can also control it on a client level as well. So that problem that I was mentioning for voice over IP and video conferencing, and this is just wireless, by the way, right? And this is just this simple interface. I can actually do the opposite. I can ignore an SSID limit and set a priority tag so the packets for voice over IP and video conferencing are prioritized so that that experience is improved. Again, so in about 30 seconds, I've made a change in my network that would have otherwise taken hours to investigate and uncover. And I've been able to maintain a high level of efficiency within that, right? So wireless, switching, as I mentioned, security appliances. I'll just quickly jump into that just so you can see that. And I know that we're not necessarily doing an engineering overview or an IT overview or anything else, but I want to just kind of show you the uniformity of the interface here, right? So I've gone from my wireless network down to my switching network. Here's every switch on my network, and I can drill down to the switches as I can drill down to access points, right? So here's a random switch that I've found, right? With all the information and configuration, that of course my IT staff is going to look at. But the idea here is I'm controlling, troubleshooting, and looking at my network. Standing here in Dublin in front of you, this is our network in San Francisco. So I was on this page. Here's the network topography for our wireless network. Right, here's a map view and a satellite view. One thing you'll notice, and as I mentioned, is these are Google Maps. Google was an initial investor in Meraki back in our early days. And actually, it was funny. Our CEO, Sanjit Biswas, did a presentation at Google. Someone in the back said, "Hey, I'd like to try out your product." And he said, "Well, it's just in beta. Right now this is more or less theoretical. We have this RoofNet project that is auto-meshing these access points. It's a self-sustaining network and so on." And the guy said, "Well, how about I pay for 1,000 of them now, and you deliver them when they're ready?" And that's basically how the company started. 7 years later, we're now a Cisco technology. So there's some pretty scary, smart people that are behind this technology, and every day, as I mentioned, it continues to improve, right? So there's really no limit to the visibility that you have with this. There's no limit to what you can do by way of setting policies and security and so on. And again, this is not a deep dive into the product. However, what you can do is get a more extensive introduction to this product, and as I mentioned, get a free access point by visiting one of our webinars. And at the end of this session, or at the end of today, what Digicom will do is actually send you a link to our webinar that's forthcoming. We have multiple per week, but they can direct you to the appropriate webinar. I'll be asking for an additional hour of your time to do that, so I apologize I did maybe misspeak on that. You can get a free access point, but you do need to attend a 1-hour webinar, but I assure you it will be even more entertaining and more content rich than the 15 minutes that you've spent with me jabbering about the product in front of you here today. Final thing that I just show you is on a network-wide level, summary report. Oh, presence, yeah. Oh, that's right. In your packet, you've got a few case studies. I think there's one for retail also. Yeah, thanks. Absolutely. So real quick, I'll just show you here, right? Your IT directors are going to love this. This is basically an overview of everything that's going on the network here. It shows you your top AP by usage, right? Maybe users are experiencing some issues in a particular area of your office. You can check very easily if that AP is being overutilized. You can have a look at your clients per day, which is important. Your top applications by usage. The top clients by usage, right? If there's a particular client that's consuming the majority of the bandwidth. operating systems, and so on, right? So a brief snapshot of what's really happening on your network. Again, right at your fingertips. There's no command line interface necessary. There's no digging or investigating that's necessary on that as well. And Jared asked me to show you one other thing here as well, right? I can show presence heat map, but maybe what we want to do is show the presence analytics. So we're making a large investment and we're pushing into the retail market. Now, this product is industry agnostic. So this can be in an office of one person or in a single AP, and we have deployments up to 10,000 APs. So it's completely scalable. It's obviously second to none from a manageability standpoint, and there's a great total cost of ownership because you buy today, 5 years from now, your network continues to be state of the art. Now this feature is pretty exciting for us, right? Where essentially your wireless devices, as long as your Wi-Fi is on, are constantly pinging and looking for wireless networks that they can connect to. Well, what's happening is our access points out of the box provide this presence analytics. So every wireless enabled device that comes within the range that our access points are broadcasting in will actually pick that up. So this isn't necessarily showing the authenticated or connected devices. This is showing any wireless device in the range of our network. And it shows you visitors, it shows you devices that have connected, devices that have come by or come back, and so on, right? So basically, devices that are walked by, devices that are revisiting and they're noted and we're picking up again. It shows you dwell time, basically incredibly valuable information for retailers that allow for an API to connect to this that can then give you essentially a return on investment for this type of product, where you can actually use those APIs and push out marketing campaigns to specific demographics, to specific customers. Hey, you were visiting our store during peak hours. Maybe you want to come back at a time where we can give you some more attention. Here's a 20% off gift card for any purchase in our store, right? This is a base level. This is just collecting the information that can then be connected to a third-party solution, but still very valuable information. And the one other thing I was going to show you on that is this ties into our presence analytics, or our presence heat map. And this is a pretty cool feature that allows us to basically see. Oops, I'm back all the way out here. Sorry, apologies for that. What it will do is show us a heat map of those devices that are connected to our network. And it's Tuesday, so essentially, I need to be on the floor. Sorry. Anyway, the idea here is that there's some very rich information that you're going to get out of the box with this solution. And as I mentioned, this is a network of the future. It's one of those things where, if you're outfitting your network with wireless, if you're outfitting or upgrading your switch infrastructure, you have a lot of choice out there. But the way that the industry is going, I think that the demand that people have for cloud technology and what something like this can provide by way of visibility, control, and future-proofing, this will be something that's on your network today or 2 years from now. So Digicom can help you get an evaluation of products. We will send free trials of any of our products to any customers, and we hope that you'll, at the very least, explore what Meraki can do for you, and we can take the next step. So, last note: the website is meraki.cisco.com. You can request free trials. If you visit our website and go to demo, we'll send free trials, as I said, to any customers. There's webinars, or you can do a free demo and play around with the device yourself. But I'll be here after the session, and hopefully, if you have any questions, you'll visit me. I'm not sure how I'm doing on timing. I'm imagining I'm getting close to that 15-minute mark. But thanks very much for your attention, and hope to see you after the session. Thanks.